A very good evening to you, and many thanks for making time to be with us on this 13th day of December 2023. Now, on a day when the government has decided to set aside 66 billion shillings to build a new transmission line to avert the, of course, constant power outages in the country. Remember, this year we've had 4 power outages across the country. Now, President William Ruto says that particular outage, or those particular outages, is or rather are hurting the, of course, country's investment profile. And in a bid to counter that once and for all and avert such cases in future, the government has set aside 66 billion Kenya shillings. Now, of course, the president said that after chairing a cabinet meeting today. Now, this is the insight. First of all, let's have a look at what's making headlines.
Tonight on The Insight, I am determined to implement the housing levy no matter what it takes, says President William Ruto. Despite public uproar, President William Ruto has defended the sale of KICC and other government parastatals. And Nakuru police officer kills woman and injures 3 others in a bar over 16,000 shillings bail.
Now, welcome to the program. I am Ian Keitani, and our sign language interpreter is Felista Adundo. Remember, you can watch this particular bulletin live on our Facebook and YouTube pages. Let's start the bulletin, and President William Ruto has continued to emphasize the importance of digitizing government services in the fight against corruption. This comes just a day after the head of state issued a deadline on automating government services. The president, despite the court ruling on the collection of housing levy, has insisted on the importance of the housing program in the creation of employment.
As the government continues to modify ways on increasing collection of revenue, President William Ruto now says digitizing all government services will come in handy in realizing that dream and ensuring that Kenyans in the diaspora can be able to access government services.
We have expanded digital provision of public services to encompass 14,000 government services. And it is our commitment to ensure full digitization, which has not only enhanced efficiency and integrity in the provision of government services, but also improved revenue collection. I committed to decentralize, automate, and digitize as many government services as we can, so that the diaspora can access them online and do not have to spend hours or even whole days traveling to get consular service.
An infuriated Ruto took a swipe at those opposing the digitization of health services, insisting that the government will continue with its plan in a bid to do away with massive corruption through the health insurance program.
We have big pushback from people who do not want us to digitize health. That's why they've gone to court. They want to stop us because they run remote hospitals that do not exist. We were being briefed about a hospital in Kinoo that is doing more surgeries than Aga Khan and Nairobi Hospital combined. And those are the people who have gone to court because they don't want us to digitize the space so that they can continue to game NHIF.
With the housing program gathering pace despite the courts raising concerns regarding the collection of the housing levy, President William Ruto has defended the program, insisting that it not only solves the housing problem, but also creates employment opportunities.
In just the last 8 months, we now have 120,000 Kenyans working in our housing program. My intention is that we are going to double these numbers by March next year. We are going to triple them by end of next year. And in 5 years, we will have 500,000 Kenyans working, and the whole country will be a bustling construction site.
The head of state also noted that it is his vision to ensure the country undergoes a massive transformation and ensure each and every Kenyan can comfortably cater for their needs.
I'm very confident about Kenya, and I'm very confident about the future. And I promise you that Kenya is going to change. This, our country. 10 years from today, people will come to Kenya and they will not recognize. We will have transformed this country in a very fundamental way.
Ian Keitane, Lookuptv.
Still on the head of state, and President William Ruto has said he is ready to face the consequences of privatizing 350 government companies as a part of efforts to control government spending. Speaking at the Kenya Diaspora Investment Conference here in Nairobi, the president emphasized the financial burden that parastatals place on the national budget.
As part of efforts to control the government spending, President William Ruto stressed his readiness to face the consequences of privatizing 350 government companies, aiming to generate more value by selling them to the private sector.
We are spending billions of shillings sustaining companies. We have 350 public companies, public entities, that just take money from the budget. We're supporting them. Billions of shillings. Some of them you ask, what is this one doing? Nobody can tell you what the hell it is doing. So some of those things, we're going to make a decision.
Despite the High Court suspending the government's move to privatize government organizations, the move aligns with the Privatization Act 2023, Section 21, Clause 1, granting authority to the Treasury Cabinet Secretary to designate entities for the privatization program.
A report was already done. A whole report saying these companies, about 150, should be removed. What they are doing can be done by the private sector. In fact, sell some of these companies to the private sector. The private sector will give us more value out of them. Yeah? Some of them divest. But the report has been here now 10 years. Because it's a very difficult decision to make. But I will make the decision. I promise you. I will make the decision and take the consequences.
On his part, the Cabinet Secretary and the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Musalia Mudavadi, has urged Kenyans living abroad to contribute to the privatization debate to help more Kenyans to understand the broader context of increased investment in the country.
We need to get our people to understand that when we talk about broadening the space, it's to bring in capital, to bring in technology, to bring in resources that you may not be able to raise on the local front. Now, it's this kind of engagement that I'll be putting across to you as members of the diaspora.
John Matava, Lookuptv.
A police officer in Nakuru shot dead a barmaid and injured 3 others after an altercation over 16,000 shillings bail at a local pub. Martin Masharia with the details.
In a shocking incident at a local club in Nakuru, residents were left in dismay as a police officer engaged Nakuru Lataba, ultimately opening fire and injuring 4 people with 1 fatality. The county police commander Mr. Samuel Ndanyi reported that gunshots were heard around 2 a.m.
Around saa 8 usiku, wakati marisasi yalisikika upande wa Vegas Club. Officers wetu waliweza kwenda upande huo kutathmini hali ni nini imetokea. Ukifika hapo ndo wakapata officer wetu mmoja akiwa amepiga marisasi na watu 4 walikuwa wamepigwa risasi. Mmoja alikimbizwa kwa hospitali. One waiter by the name Ann was rushed immediately to the hospital and pronounced dead.
The investigations revealed that the officer had been equipped with a pistol containing 15 rounds of ammunition earlier in the day. 6 spent cartridges were discovered at the scene, underscoring the severity of the shooting.
So tukaenda tukamwongelesha, tukamwambia hapa ni kazi ya wenyewe. Kama umenunua drinks, jo alikuwa amelewa. Kama umenunua drinks na unasumbua, hiyo si poa. So kile unafanya, wewe fanya nini? Wewe beba drinks zako utoke uende. Akakataa kabisa. So kukataa akarudi nyuma. So sisi tunajani maybe anataka kutoka. So mimi ndio nilikuwa mbele. Ile sasa tumchukue twende. Akatoa bunduki. Akaikok na akanipiga kwa tumbo. Ya kwanza pap. Ya pili akanipiga ingine kwa side. So hata nashangaa, yani ilikuwa tu Mungu, sijui hata nimesurvive saa hii. Akaanza kupiga. So mimi hapo nikachanganikiwa. Nikaanguka huko mbele. Akaanza kupiga, kapiga. Hizo ndo part mimi naweza kumbuka.
Deceased bartender's body was transported to Kwajak morgue as authorities continue the investigations into the unsettling incident. Community awaits further developments as justice is sought for the victims and the answers are sought regarding the officers' actions. Martin Masharia, Lookuptv.
Thank you very much, Martin Masharia, for that particular story. Crossing over to Kisumu, and Kisumu County workers today held peaceful demonstrations within the Kisumu Central Business District, demanding the county government of Kisumu to pay them their arrears. Mevin Getembe tells us more.
Agripreneurs power! Agripreneurs power!
Kisumu County enumerators consisting of youths who are contracted by the county government of Kisumu under the National Agricultural Value Chain Development Project program held peaceful demonstrations demanding the county government of Kisumu to pay them their money.
When we started this conversation, they were saying that they wanted dialogue. We went for dialogue and they told us that 11th, which is today, we were to be paid. But now the money is not yet reflected into our account. So my issue is this. We want NAFCBT, NAFCPD in conjunction, because if I see this my tag, the affiliated bodies or organs, I can see Kisumu County, meaning they are part and parcel of this project. So we want them to expedite our payment from today. Failure to do that from today, tomorrow but one, we will strike.
As we are talking, your money is being paid.
The angry youth marched to the governor's office to have one-on-one address with the governor over the delayed payments, where the city manager's efforts to address them proved futile as they couldn't agree on common basis, stating that they have been having several meetings with the county government of Kisumu and their pleas falling off deaf ears.
So we are from Kondele Ward. I'm the one who has been representing people from Kondele. It's very bad if we can have a meeting with these guys. In these meetings, we have two proposals. Somebody urinates on your first proposal, which was the weighed payment models. The second one was the date for the payments. And then when you make calls, everybody is having different information. Everybody is giving you each and every communication that he feels befits his team.
Can you be
Addressing the matter, Kisumu County Executive Committee member for Agriculture Kenneth Onyango assured the enumerators that their payments are due in process, confirming that there have been delays in disbursing the funds to the enumerators. Mevin Getembe, Lookuptv, Nairobi.
That particular story by Mevin Getembe takes us on a fast breather. We'll be back in a minute.
What about mambo fantastic if not scholastic? Chota kuchota na heti ya supermarket imerudi. Ukifanya tu shopping ya shilingi 1,000, wewe unaingia kwa promotion ya chota kuchota na heti ya supermarket. Watu wanaendelea kushinda ndani ya heti ya supermarket.
Ni yangu.
Mwana tata, kitoko. Wewe na umeshinda
nini? Yote. Hamsa, uoga na lala.
Karibu ndani ya heti ya supermarket uweze kuchota kwa wingi kabisa. Wasuko wanasema nini? Nakwambia kwamba chota kuchota. Unangoja nini?
Magari 7 za kushindaniwa, TV, fridge, microwave, shopping vouchers, school fees vouchers, instant prizes na zawadi zingine kemkem. Chota kuchota imethaminiwa na Hetias, Oven Fresh Bakery, Gigabyte, Mount Kenya Milk, Clover's Food Products, Velvex, Magic Drink, Pwani Oil, Arenco, Fruit Juice, Masterchef, Toilex, Coolsip, Mika, Wash Ultra, Philos, Prestol, Nivea, My Choice, Ushindi, Fresh Fry, Arimis Jelly, Cabernet Water, Dettol, Ketepa, Meta, Glucose, Coca-Cola, Rosy Tissue, Big Giant, Elbins, Unilever, Fresh, Unga wa Dola, Blue Band na Pasta Star. Shindano la chota kuchota linaanza tarehe 1 Disemba hadi tarehe 10 Februari mwaka 2024.
Hetias Supermarket, a world of choice.
Now, thank you very much for staying with us. We continue with a bulletin. And armed wardens clashed with officers from Nakuru County, opening an access road linking Naivasha town to Kinangop. During the incident, several county officials, including Malewa East Member of County Assembly Francis Kuria, were arrested. Now, the trouble started after residents of Karati joined the county officials in opening the access road, which was closed under unclear circumstances back in 2019.
Drama erupted at Naivasha JK prison, leading to the arrest of county officers after they tried to open an access road linking Naivasha and Kinangop. Trouble started after residents of Karati joined the county officials in opening the access road, which was closed in unclear circumstances back in the year 2019. Hours into the exercise, tens of warders arrived and arrested the member of county assembly and some workers. They were, however, later released following an intervention from senior government officers. According to the member of County Assembly Francis Kuria, the works on the bridge connecting Naivasha town and residents of the ward was stopped by the prison management, leading to massive losses for the county.
Kwa muda mrefu tumekuwa na issue na hii bridge ambayo iko nyuma yangu. Tangu kuzaliwa kwetu, ile daraja ambayo mnaona iko pale kando ndio barabara main kutoka Kinangop, Karati, inateremuka, inaingia hapa prison. The main gate ya prison ndio barabara ambayo imetoka Naivasha tena inakuja pande ya juu. So Naivasha maximum prison imekatanishwa mara mbili.
He added that originally there was a road passing through prison grounds, but due to security reasons another access road was identified, but the prison authorities blocked it for no reason.
Mpaka serikali kuu iingilie, mpaka tupate haki yetu kama county. Sisi ni county na pia sisi ni serikali. Wao ni prison na pia wao ni serikali, so lazima tukae chini tuambia.
James Njuguna, a resident in the area, told of their suffering after the road was blocked 4 years ago, forcing them to use longer routes to their homes.
Hii barabara ambayo tumesimama, ambayo tulikuwa tunaifanya, ndio barabara ambayo imeunganisha Naivasha, Gilgil na mpaka Nyandarua. Na kusema ukweli ni kwamba watu wamekuwa wakipitia katika hatari kwa sababu hii daraja ambayo iko hapa nyuma yetu.
He further added that the road was used by lorries ferrying farm produce and quarry materials, but since its closure, traders and farmers have gone through a lot of suffering.
Ni vizuri sana hata prison waliamua na wakaona ni vizuri waondoe hatari insecurity ya barabara hapa katikati ya jela, waipeleke kando.
Ebi Kadenyi, Lookuptv.
Thank you very much, Ebi Kadenyi. Moving forward, Machakos County continues to record a large number of suicide cases, especially in the Kathiani area, a situation that has left leaders struggling to find a solution. According to the Machakos County Deputy Commissioner Mary Wamboi, many cases are caused by the prevailing tough economic times.
There is an alarming increase of suicide cases in Machakos, a dire that has left leaders grappling to find solutions. In less than 1 year, the number of victims of suicide has increased to 16 people. Kathiani County Deputy Commissioner Mary Wamboi speculating that the tough economic crisis has contributed to the situation. She further urged the residents to embrace the value of their lives despite the difficult economic situation.
Kujitoa uhai Na nimesema ya kwamba ninajua uchumi ni mbaya. Na kila mtu ameafektiwa na uchumi, uwe juu uwe chini. Na hiyo sio sababu ya kujitoa uhai.
Speaking in Ngini area, Mitaboni, Machakos County, during the Jamhuri Day celebrations, Wamboi said the situation needs immediate attention.
Tatizo, tafadhali ongea na yeye, enda muencourage. Kujitoa maisha sio mwisho, bali utaenda, si ati unaenda mbinguni. Utaenda hiyo dunia ingine. Si mnajua mali tunaenda? Kuna mbili. Kuna kwenda mbinguni na kuna kwenda jehanamu. Kwa hivyo ule unajitoa uhai, usidhani ati unaenda mbinguni na mtu asikudangaje. Wewe unaenda hiyo sehemu nyingine. So please, wacha tu encourage watu wetu, tuongee nao, hata kama ni kumtafutia counselor ama psychiatrist, ule atamsaidia aondoe hiyo mawazo ya kujitoa uhai. Tusaidiane hapa, si ndio?
Catherine Saina, Lookuptv.
Now, motorists have been urged to exercise caution during the festive season, and drive within the stipulated limits while driving on public roads. As Mololine Services held its end Thanksgiving Day, the operations manager noted that Nakuru Eldoret Highway had several black spots that have claimed numerous lives.
Speaking during the end of year Thanksgiving Day at Mololine Annex offices in Nakuru, Mololine manager Samuel Gatukui stated that the Mololine vehicles have not been involved in major road accidents due to caution exercised by its drivers. Drivers on the road this festive season have been urged to obey traffic rules to minimize road accident cases.
That they should maintain safety on the road by not overlapping. And also something else that we have talked to them is the issue of overspeeding. Because overlapping and overspeeding, they are the major causes of accidents on our roads. And our drivers are good. This year, as Mololine, we had not had any major accident. It's just minor accidents that are brought by others, and we thank God for that.
Simon Gige, a senior employee in Mololine, stated that there might be a slight increase of fare prices following the increase of fuel in the country.
Huenda kulingana na huu msimu, kulingana vile kutakaa, hata kama tutawafinya ni kidogo tu, tutaongeza tu kitu kidogo. Kwa hivyo nawaomba hata abiria wetu wajue tuko sawa na tuko pamoja nao.
Motorists have as well congratulated the company in conjunction with NTSA for the road safety trainings.
Ni kushukuru kampuni yetu ya Mololine kwa vile wameweza kuwa pamoja nasi, wametushikilia kwa njia kubwa sana kwa kutufunza discipline ya barabara, na lingine tena ni kushukuru NTSA juu wakati huo tunafunzwa na hawa kubwa wetu, huwa wanakuja na wanatufunza.
Faith Charles, Lookuptv.
The Pamoja Alliance Party, affiliated to Senate Speaker Amason Jeffa Kingi, now wants President William Ruto to rein in on leaders who engage in careless and insightful statements. The party has singled out NAK Kenya Party leader Martha Karua and Jubilee Party chairperson, blaming them for their remarks while speaking about security volatility in Lamu County. The PAA party says the statements from the two leaders were unfortunate and have caused hostility among different tribes residing in Lamu County.
Background noise, eh?
Juzi viongozi wa chama cha NAK Kenya wakiongozwa na mama Martha Karua na viongozi vile vile wa Jubilee ambao walitoa statement chini ya mwenyekiti mdogo Mheshimiwa David Murathe, wametoa matamshi ambayo sisi kama chama cha PAA tumeonelea hatuwezi kukaa kimya. Mheshimiwa Martha Karua anasema kuna persecution ya Wakikuyu ndani ya Lamu. Swala letu ni kwamba yale matatizo ya usalama ambayo yanatokea ndani ya Lamu yanachagua kabila kweli?
Kwa pwani tunaona ni kama yule paka ambaye amepelekwa mpaka amefika mahali ukamfungia mlango alafu ataka kumpiga. Tumenyamaza kwa muda mrefu na tunaona kwamba kunyamaza kwetu kunatuletea shida. Sisi hatuna shida kuishi na wengine. Lamu na Tana River ni ndugu. Ni kama chanda na pete. Kama ni mambo ya ukabila ya kuleta watu kutoka nje, Tana River sisi tumeleta watu kutoka Bura, wamekuja Bura na ni wengi mpaka leo kutoka bara. Wakikuyu kwanza ndio zaidi. Kuna area mpaka inaitwa Chamnyaka, Charukungu, mahali kwenye vumbi. Majina hatujayakataa hayo. Wamekwenda mpaka Mpeketoni, hakuna shida. Sasa ikifika mahali ambapo mtu wa nje kama Martha Karua ambaye ni mtu national anazungumzia kuhusu Kikuyu nation is getting targeted. Sasa sisi kama watu wa pwani tujiite nini?
Tunataka kumwambia Mama Martha Karua asilete mambo ya Kenya Kwanza na Azimio katika swala la Lamu. Siasa imekwisha. Kule kipindi kuna Wajaluo, kuna Wakisi, kuna kila kabila. Mbona ataje wakikuwa nasema wanakuwa profiled? Tunamuomba waziri wa usalama, waziri wetu wa amani, Mheshimiwa Kindiki na rais wa Kenya, rais wetu William Ruto, washikilie sana hapo wanaposhikilia.
Now, our current country club will host the grand finale of the 2023 KCB East Africa Golf Tour on a current country on December 15th. Now, the series has been regarded as highly successful after traversing 11 counties in Kenya and 3 countries in the East African region of Uganda, Rwanda and Burundi. Over 200 golfers are expected to headline the Friday's event. Well, that particular story wraps up our bulletin tonight. And remember, like I alluded to in the beginning of the bulletin, is that the government has set aside 66 billion shillings funds from the African Development Bank to, of course, build a new a line along the Bomet-Narok line. Of course, this is after Energy CS Davis Chirchir attributed last week's power outage across the country to overloading along that particular line. Of course, this comes as the president says the constant power outages are denting the country's investment profile. Only time will tell how soon that will be solved. That will be all from me. To the team behind the scenes, my producer Nelima, Orondo, Josh, of course Alvin, James and Jeremy, together with Nasha on our digital desk. Many thanks for making this happen. I've been your host Ian Keitani. Our sign language interpreter has been Felista Adundo. Until tomorrow, do have yourself a lovely night, and like always, God bless.
We value your feedback and welcome your complaints.